start streaming. Bam. We should be streaming on YouTube. I don't have anybody to actually check that for me today. It does look like we're getting levels, so I feel good there. So let's play a little music. Let's have a little fun. And yeah, let's kick this thing off.
Let's rock and roll. I'm looking forward to the twist on the beginning.
It's nothing that exciting, I'll be honest. But it's just fun. Let's have some fun.
More than anything, I want better execution. Are we clear on that? I want better fucking execution.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
It's good to be back. Back with my friends. How you doing, Dave? It's a little fun with the open. You know what I mean?
That was awesome.
Yeah, a little something different. A little track on track there. We're trying this thing. You know what I mean? We're trying it. So, yeah. How you doing tonight?
Not too bad. 8 days away from the kickoff of the NFL season.
Now,
by the way,
I don't mean to start on a somber note here, but I do have to mention that unfortunately it is the end of an era. The Tommy Cutlets era in New York. He has now been signed by the New England Patriots. Taken off of waivers.
So what a team to go to.
They do play the Giants this year, so it is kind of like a move they would make, in my opinion. You know, they're going to try and steal whatever they can knowledge-wise from Tommy DeVito, you know, especially for that game in particular, and they'll just keep him as a third-string backup, and, you know, maybe he'll back up Drake May. Probably not. But, yeah, I think that's what they're going to use him for. I think it's an old-school Patriots tactic.
Yeah, I mean, it's right up there. I mean, it fits the legacy Belichick left behind, and now having Vrabel as the head coach, it really ties that lineage together. And I mean, shit, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll be honest, I didn't hear much about a team signing him, and mainly because he was owed. If a team signed him like the Patriots, they're paying him $1.5 million this year. I didn't know who was going to give Tommy Cutlets that kind of money. But it seems like the Patriots were willing to step up. Maybe the win in midseason means that much to them. But I still think we're going to beat their ass when we play them, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at Tommy Cutlets, like, he built himself a nice little reputation here in New York. I mean, people for the most part liked him. Maybe some of his over-the-top Italian shenanigans weren't the fans' favorite, but a lot of people did like the guy, and I think it's funny to me to think that, you know, somebody that really isn't that good at the game can have a following like he does. Because, I mean, he does have a following of people.
It's not terrible.
You know,
because it's so funny.
No, he's definitely not terrible. I mean, I think he's somebody that, you know, you're not going to be mad if he has to come in and play a couple of downs or, you know, a quarter or two or maybe even a game or two. He's not the guy you want on your starting lineup.
Exactly. Unfortunately, listen, I'm an optimistic Giant fan, though, and I have a feeling that eventually he'll be back with the Giants. He just has too many connections to the area. I don't think the Giants really wanted to lose him. I think they were just hoping that he'd be able to clear waivers, and then, you know, they'd be able to sign him back to the practice squad. That's what I really think, but, you know, it is what it is, and he's going to have an opportunity with New England, and wish Tommy Cutlets nothing but the best.
How could you not?
Right? I don't got a Tommy Cutlets button here, otherwise I'd hit something for him, but yeah, no.
He was fun. Let's put it that way. I know a lot of people were pissed at him when he cost them draft positioning and could have gotten Jaden Daniels, but all things considered, not the end of the world.
Not his fault either. You know what I mean? Like, he was just doing what
No, he did his damn job.
Exactly. So, yeah. So, again, we can move
And
on.
also, really quick, we also forget the fact that one man doesn't win or lose a football game. Like,
Very true.
they can heavily contribute. Like, they can be a major percentage of the win-loss. But it really is a team game, and that is offense, defense, and special teams. So, that the team played well with him. It wasn't just him.
Agreed.
I thought I lost you for a second.
No. So, that being said, I mean, touching on my Giants, still can't be more excited than I am for the season. Loving what they're doing right now, so we'll see if that continues. I mean, how you feeling, though, about your Cowboys? Another week closer to the season. More excited, less excited? What are you feeling on your Cowboys before we dive into the rest of the league?
They got to get the Parsons thing figured out, man. It's bad. I mean, I could genuinely see a really rough start because so many people on the team look at him as a leader and love him, and he helps get them fired up. He helps them play harder. So I think. I don't know, man. I think that's going to be a cloud hanging over the locker room if it's not figured out before kickoff next Thursday. I think him not being on the field basically guarantees them losing in Philly. I thought they had a puncher's chance going in there if they had him, but now he's at the point he's off to another doctor to get a second opinion on his back, and it's he's looking to file a grievance against the Cowboys or his agent. I mean, his agent kind of sounds like he's also being a dick a little bit, but
he's pissed because, I saw the interview, but I don't know if you saw it, between Stephen A. and Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones addressed that. He's like, I negotiate with, the agent's just a middleman. Like, he doesn't. So he's pretty much disrespecting the agent. Agent feels disrespected. The agent's being an ass back. And it's a big swinging contest, like you mentioned last week. And I just don't know if Jerry's going to break first and have to go higher on the contract because of it, or if, they're going to come back if Mike is going to come back and say, you know what, screw it, let's take the deal we talked about before, screw my agent. Like, I don't know what's going to happen because, again, he's got to be willing from that interview with Stephen A. Smith. Jerry Jones is not says he's not trading him, and Mike is going to have to be prepared to not play football for the next 3 years. So
and cost himself a lot of money.
A lot of money in the process.
And that's why he's going to get the second opinion on the back. Because if he can get a second opinion that says, no, your back is messed up, you shouldn't play football, then he has an injury excuse and it doesn't cost the money. But the Cowboys said, their training staff said, no, he's good to go. So that's why he's going to get that second opinion. It's ugly. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. This is kind of like, it kind of reminds me. I remember when T.O. was doing freaking sit-ups in the driveway.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of. Just Parsons isn't acting that insane like T.O. did. But that's what this reminds me of. It like that level of drama. I mean, it's insane. I mean, it's disappointing, and
I love it because it's going to bleed over into the season. I think the Giants can steal week 2. If we can steal week 2, I'm telling you, it's going to be a successful season. And the more I hear about this, the more I'm just thinking week 2, baby. Week 2. We can get the defense because they are not going to be prepared.
Oh, my God. As a Cowboys fan, I'm so sick and tired of it. Like, I don't, before I say my actual statement, I do not want to see Micah Parsons traded, but it's like, for the love of God, just get this over with. Like, trade him, sign him, tell me you're putting him on IR for 6 weeks. I whatever the hell it is, just like it's just one of those soap operas, and it's. I'm telling you, man, Jerry just milking dude. Oh my God, he blatantly admits that he loves this. He loves the attention. He loves the media. He loves this. And he loves it more than winning. It's so blatantly obvious. And if anybody believes him saying otherwise, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't know you as a person, but you're an idiot. Jerry loves this more than Jerry loves winning. I don't give a crap what anybody else says. And it's frustrating and
Because
it's
he's
annoying.
constantly in the headlines. He loves it. We all know he loves the attention.
I swear to God, I think he would make himself the head coach if he didn't think it would be too much.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's worked his way down to the sidelines before.
All the damn time. Not even sometimes, like all the damn time. Oh,
All right, so I know how you feel on your Cowboys, but I want to ask about another team. And it's a team we've all been excited about for the last few years. It's a team that, man, do they try hard. But I got to be honest, after losing both their offensive and defensive coordinators, because I'm pretty sure they lost their defensive coordinator to what? The Jets? I think Aaron Glenn was defensive coordinator. Yep. The Lions. Then they lose Ben Johnson to the Bears. Is there any chance this Lions team can continue what they've done without some of the people that have helped them get there? I don't know. Could this be the year? I mean, I honestly think Minnesota might take a little bit of a step back, but there's a lot of hype around J.J. McCarthy, and if he can be successful, he's going to get Jordan Addison back around 3 or 4, week 4 maybe. He's got the best or one of the best receivers in the league in Justin Jefferson. They have some weapons there, Hawkinson, and stuff, so they could be dangerous. Green Bay, I think, is going to be really tough this year. And people keep expecting the Bears to do something. They've went out and got another new head coach. Are the Bears going to take a step up? And then again, where does that leave the Lions? So going back to the Lions, is this the year the Lions regress to more of the team we grew up watching? Or does Dan Campbell find a way to rally the tryhards? And the Lions come out again on top in the NFC North?
So I think Green Bay wins the division, but I think Detroit takes second place. I think Detroit does take a step back from what we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years. But I still think Detroit's the first or second best first or second best team in that division. I think Minnesota takes a step back just simply due to the fact that McCarthy's never played in the NFL. I mean, or you get that flip side, right? You get that rookie who nobody has any real NFL film on, right? So you get the rookie, and he basically has that crazy rookie year, and then it's that second year playing where you say to yourself, okay,
what is his first year? He had a really good rookie year, and kind of regressed a little bit year 2.
Yeah, he's the perfect example of that, right? So maybe you get that from him. I don't know. Well, time will tell. But I do think Green Bay's your division winner there, and then I think it's a fight between Minnesota and Detroit, and I still have Chicago coming up the rear. I mean, we both have made it very clear how we feel about Caleb Williams. So,
yeah,
I mean, there's my point right there, right? It takes me a minute to remember his name.
It's bad. I gotta tell you, the Bears just don't develop quarterbacks. The best quarterback I think the Bears have had in the last 20 years is probably, Jay Cutler?
100%. 100. And before him, it was Kyle Orton.
Right?
Think about it. Jay Cutler, then Kyle Orton. So you're getting worse. No. Their defense has always been their foundation, and that is literally going back to when they won the Super Bowl in '85.
That's what they should be building on, not the crap they've been doing the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson's gonna show what kind of coach he is, man. We're gonna find out what kind of coach he is real quick, because they put everything in place, man. They did the definition of what you're supposed to do when you have a quarterback on a rookie contract, and that is stack your roster everywhere possible.
Yep. They've done it.
They stack the offensive line, right? Oh wait, they don't just stack the offensive line; they add to their wide receiver core and their tight ends. They everything they did was investing into Caleb Williams' success. So I mean, it's put up or shut up. I mean, Ben Johnson, I know it's your first year as a head coach, but
yeah, I mean, you're lucky to get 2 years sometimes as a head coach now, though. You have
that's
to
what I
win
mean.
right
You
away.
got to show something. You got to show something.
Yep. I mean, listen, to be honest, that's what kept Abel around, is that, and kept him going and going, is that he had a good first year. He came in, turned the Giants around year 1. Year 2 wasn't as good. Year 3 wasn't as good, but year 1, he had a nice year 1. I think he won Coach of the Year too, didn't he? Or either way. But I just, you got to get something out of him early. And yeah, so be exciting to see what happens in that division. I tend to agree with you. I think the Packers really can win this division. I think going out and getting Golden in the first round, their first wide receiver to be a first round pick, or first offensive, really, weapon to be a first round pick for them in 20 years or whatever it is. I love Josh Jacobs. And the run game, they have a solid defense. They got a great crowd up there in Green Bay. I think this could be the year they steal the division. I agree with you. Lions probably do come in second, but I got to be honest. I love the fact that even though it was because he was hurt and not necessarily because he was a rookie, I love the fact J.J. McCarthy sat a year last year. Got to experience a full year of being on the sidelines, a full year of kind of learning everything underneath somebody before really getting the reins. I'm kind of hoping that's what happens with Jackson Dart. I really think there's some benefit to that. Listen, I think it's helped Jordan Love. I think it's helped other quarterbacks in the past. I think there's something to it, not rushing these guys in to get their asses kicked. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think Minnesota's going to still be better than what some people think they might be, but I still think they're like a 9 to 10 win team. I still think they have enough weapons there, and, Justin Jefferson's an absolute beast of a person.
Well, while we're bringing up the Vikings, what do you think of Adam Thielen going back to Minnesota? I mean, it wasn't some crazy trade. Like, I feel like both teams literally did it out of respect for a seasoned veteran that has been nothing but respected in this league.
Who did Carolina get in return?
They just did draft picks.
Okay. So, I have no problem with that. And I think it'll be better for Thielen in the end. He'll probably get more targets, a little bit more consistent quarterback play, although I do expect Bryce Young to get better. But this opens up more of a door to see what they can get out of Xavier Leggett. And, we'll see.
Rookie wide receiver they drafted, too.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy I wanted. So Carolina traded Thielen to Minnesota. Vikings get Thielen, a 2026 conditional 7th round pick, and a 2027 5th round pick, while the Panthers get a 2026 5th round pick and a 2027 4th round pick. So, I mean, basically Minnesota got Thielen and a 7th round pick and a 5th round pick, while Carolina got a 5th and a 4th. I think Minnesota got the better deal, if I'm being honest. You can do things with those late picks, man, if you got a good scouting department. So, but I think Thielen going back to where his career was spent, I think that's awesome. And then with what's his name being suspended, it gives you somebody you can rely to at least be a good route runner. He's not going to go blowing past anybody, but he's a good route runner, good hands. So, somebody you can trust. And Carolina really just goes full-blown youth movement. I mean, they got one wide receiver that's 30 years old, and then every other one of them is either 22 to 25.
Yeah, a lot of young talent, but is any of it going to be any good?
Probably not. I think Chuba Hubbard's still your best player on that offense.
Probably. And speaking of receivers, though, that's going to bring us to our
Knuckleheaded News of the Week.
And I don't know if you saw the news about Rashee Rice accepts a 6-game suspension.
Yeah, I mean, I think he got off lucky considering what he did.
Easy. Ooh.
I mean, holy shit, dude. Apparently the NFL proposed 10 to 12 games, and the NFLPA came back and was like, what about 4? And the NFL was like, we'll do 6. Like, huh?
Yeah. They
at
really
least,
care
at least
about
half the season.
their image and being role models to society, apparently, because yeah, I got to be honest. Like he should have got way more than that. It should have been a 10 to 12. It should have been one of those. I would have been okay if it was a year. That's stupid. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And to me that was worth it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, to me the least that would have been okay would have been half the year.
Yeah.
It's a 17-game season. You're missing 9 games. Not 9 weeks, because if your team has a bye week, no. You're missing 9 games. I don't dude. I mean, those people out there that really believe the NFL rigs it so that the Chiefs either win or at least make the Super Bowl and all that crap. Like, this to me would be a bullet in their clip, right?
Come on, Tom.
Like, how do you let
that? I mean, now you pair the suspension now with the Tay and Kelsey engagement, and I mean, you could really see the NFL going, are we really gonna mess up this marriage here? No, I don't think so. We're gonna let them Chiefs do what they do and make it back to the Super Bowl. I could definitely see people out there saying like the fix is in to make sure the Chiefs get back there. But
look, I will say I'm happy for the two of them, because I honestly, I don't know if you saw them on the podcast together.
I did.
I
saw
with
parts
Jace
of it.
Kelce.
I didn't see the whole thing.
My respect for her knowledge of football definitely shot up, because I did not realize she knew as much as she knew. But B, I'm sorry, man. They're just cute together, dude. And I'm not I'm going to be happy for people that make each other happy. They're not hurting me. They're not doing anything bad. I get people don't want to see her on the TV during the broadcast, and fine,
I'm
whatever.
We've talked about it. It is what it is. I like Swifties.
Yeah,
I don't always agree with her, everything she says, or, other things out there. But I mean, again, I like her music. I've always liked her as a person. I think she's a good person. And again, you see them, and like you said, they're cute. What's wrong with them? I have no issues with what they do, and they're cute in public. They're nice to people. They're not, in all accounts I hear, if they run into people in the street, they're nice to them. I don't know. I like people who are nice. I've met some jerk off celebrities. I've met some people who aren't so nice. I like to hear the stories of when, and I root for the nice guys. I do.
Yeah. So I mean, I give them that, but yeah, man, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year on some weird calls and things that just seem a little off, whew, that conspiracy theory shit's gonna really get spinning. But no, I was happy for him. But yeah, the Rashee Rice minimum 9 full games, no paychecks for the 9 games, donates to some I don't know, man. That shit was messed up, dude. I'm sorry. I can't. That should have been way more. So that's 6 games is a slap on the freaking wrist, man. That is unbelievable.
It really is.
Some guy makes an online bet on a game he has nothing to fucking do with, and he loses a whole year of his career.
Yep. But that's the ass backwards way that the NFL works, and it's the reason why a lot of people question it. It's the reason why a lot of people question it. But yeah, so I mean, speaking of, I don't know, where do you want to go next? What are you thinking?
I mean, honestly, I think an interesting team this year is San Francisco. Right? The defense is another year older, right? Because their defense is filled with veterans. They're not rocking, a really young stud, star-studded defense. They're veteran guys that have established their careers and are really good at what they do. But they're another year older. You got Christian McCaffrey coming off of a bad injury. You got no more Deebo Samuel. Ayuk is still recovering from his injury last year. George Kittle's another year older. Brock Purdy got paid. He's shown he's good, but he's also always had a lot of talent around him. Like, I don't know what to think of the Niners. They had the easiest strength of schedule. But I'm sorry, the people that buy into that shit drive me nuts because, with how excited you are about the Giants, right? Technically, the Giants have the hardest strength of schedule based off of the win-loss percentage of their opponents from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But you're excited about your Giants, right? Because you understand that what happened last year isn't happening this year. There'll be similarities. There'll be some things that are exactly the same, but the majority of this season is going to be different. It's the reason why people love football. Because every year your team has a chance. Let's be honest. About a third of the teams really have a chance. But you believe your team has a chance. So what is this team, right? They missed the playoffs last year, banged up with injuries across the board. Are they back to dominating the NFC West? Is there somebody else that could take it from them? Seattle, Arizona, the Rams. I think the Rams are probably the closest to take it from them or be the ones that win it.
Although I
are
wouldn't
they
count Seattle out. That's the thing is it's weird to say, but I actually think that's a soft division this year. I think the Cardinals are soft. I think Los Angeles is softer than they've been. When you're going out and signing an aging Devontae Adams and, other than that, and then you lose Cooper Kupp, I don't know if I'm considering that a massive upgrade. You know what I mean? And then Kupp goes to Seattle with Darnold. And I look at it as I think it's a division that could get got by any of those three: Los Angeles, the San Fran, or Seattle. And I think somebody could win that division with 9 to 10 wins. I think it could be a soft division this year.
I do too, and but they're just one of the polarizing franchises in the league, right? They're tied for the second most Super Bowls in
I think it's
NFL
who
history,
gets
right?
10 wins first. I think the first out of those three teams at 10 wins is the team that takes the division.
And the funny thing is, if they all could potentially split their matchups, which basically makes them 3-3, right? So who's finding the 7 other wins?
Yep. And that's where I think Giants could steal one from San Fran because San Fran's got to go East Coast and play the Giants at 1 East Coast time. Hard for a team to go West and play at 10 a.m. You know what I mean? That's 10 a.m. West Coast time. They normally play at, 1 o'clock West Coast time, not, that early. So it's definitely a big adjustment for them. And that's why I think the Giants could really steal it from them and steal the one from the Chargers. I think the Giants could do pretty good against the West this year, actually. And mainly because I think they get a couple of those teams at home.
Yeah, I think that does work in the Giants' favor. And I think the Chargers are another interesting team, right? I mean, is Justin Herbert basically Dak Prescott, just lighter skin? I mean...
No, what he is he's regressed because of the coach he has. Unfortunately, Harbaugh loves to run the ball. He is not huge on the passing game. Never really has been. And I have a feeling that's really affecting Justin Herbert because they haven't put anything into the passing game. They haven't given him any more weapons. If anything, he's lost weapons. He got back Keenan Allen this year, but... I think that'll actually boost him a little bit because it's a safety blanket for him. It's at least a guy he's played with and thrown 100 passes in a season to. You know what I mean? at least some continuity's there. And I just don't think I think Keenan Allen made a mistake and he knew it when he left there. So I think he's back there. So I think that'll be a little bit of a boost to Herbert. I think he'll have a good season. But I think a lot of his limitations come because of his coach.
And the fact he's not a running quarterback, right? If he had wheels like Kaepernick, right, then maybe it's a whole different experience for him with Harbaugh, but he doesn't. So yeah, I think Harbaugh is a pound and ground.
Oop, did I lose you? Hello.
Did you catch me? I just said Harbaugh is a pound and ground guy.
Yeah, no, I got that part, but then you cut out right after that. So let me ask you though, Broncos step back this year? Because I mean, they had a year that nobody thought they were going to have last year, and gotta be honest, I don't know if I see a repeat.
Oh, see, I think they're going to be better.
Better. See, this is
Yeah,
where I think
Sean-
it's more like a CJ Stroud situation where Bo Nick's going to take a little bit of a step back.
If Bo Nix had D'Amico Ryan as his head coach, I'd agree with you. But he has Sean Payton, and Sean Payton, if there's one thing he's always been known for, is his ability to get the most out of his quarterbacks. He picked the select playbook for Bo Nix last year. They're going to expand on it this year and continue to expand on it. I think as long as you keep the two of them together, that's going to be. You're going to see similarities to what you saw in New Orleans with Sean Payton. I genuinely believe that. I just think he has a specialty when it comes down to getting the most out of his quarterbacks. Because let's be honest, Drew Brees was nothing special in San Diego. He was good, but he wasn't anything special. He gets his throwing shoulder hurt. San Diego doesn't want him. He goes to New Orleans, he gets paired with Sean Payton, and a couple years later, they're hoisting the Lombardi Trophy.
They were 10 and 7 last year. You're expecting them better than 10 and 7.
I could definitely see them at least being 10 and 7, maybe even 11 and 6. I know it's not drastic, but I just what doesn't help them is they play in a tough division. You got to play the Chiefs twice. You got to play the Chargers twice. I mean, the Chargers are a tough team. They're not a great team, but they're a tough team. And then the Raiders this year with Geno Smith, I mean, they're probably going to be halfway decent. I don't think they're going to be a contender or even fight for have a playoff spot, but I can see them causing some headaches for teams this year. So, I mean, I think that's really the bigger obstacle they're going to deal with than anything else.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton with a getting a rookie quarterback, somebody he gets the mold from beginning to end. I think that could be a problem.
I'm gonna disagree a little bit. Like I said, I just can't get shake the feeling that I think we're gonna see a little less out of Bo this year, and I think they could be like a 9 and 8 team. They're not gonna be a bad team, but I think they could be, 9 and 8. Like I think they regress just slightly. I think that there's some teams catch up to them. I don't think their running game is great. And I think they could be got because I don't think teams are going to be as surprised as they were last year about Nick. So that's just my thoughts. But I do think it's going to be a tough division, but the Chiefs are still, to me, head and shoulders the number one team in that division, easily, in my opinion, winning 12 to 13 games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Chiefs, and like we said, right, the fix probably is on.
Probably. So,
But,
any thoughts to the Saints naming Rattler the QB ahead of the rookie they drafted? Kellen Moore, head coach
I don't.
The Saints.
I don't think the Saints are going to be a good football team this year.
That whole division is kind of poor though, because I mean Carolina not expected to be great. I mean it's really between and probably both our opinions between the Falcons and the Bucks, but I'd be surprised if either of them break 10 or 11 wins.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay it's their division to lose. I think they have the best team.
Yeah, even with a young team like the Falcons with Penix Jr. and Robinson and London, and they got some players there now. I wouldn't count the Falcons out because they seem to be knowing what they're doing. So I mean, I think it's going to be a dogfight between the both of them all season long.
Yeah, but when dogfight, you're talking maybe like an 8-win, 9-win teams winning that division. I think Tampa Bay's got the best roster to get there.
I tend to agree. I put more faith in Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans than I do the younger Falcons roster. I will say that. So I'll agree with you there. And I mean, I think there's only a little bit we haven't touched on so far, but I mean, I'm going to bring up next another team, head and shoulders in their division above everybody else. And can you make a case for anybody else in this division? It's Buffalo. Buffalo head and shoulders AFC East to me. I expect the Jets to actually be a better team this season. I expect New England to be all right. I like Mike Vrabel. I think he's a good coach, so I expect better things out of the Patriots this year. And the Dolphins aren't a bad roster either, regardless of what people say. I mean, I don't know if Tyreek Hill's ever going to return to, cheetah form again, but they do have weapons there. If Tua can stay healthy and not concussed, they could be dangerous, but really, it's the Bills' division to lose it, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think the Jets will be a competitive team. I think Miami will be competitive. I think New England's going to be competitive, but I don't think any of them have a chance of catching Buffalo unless Buffalo has some serious injury problems.
Right, Buffalo got to be up there fighting with teams like Baltimore and the Chiefs for, number one seed, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. That's for sure.
Miami might fight for a wild card, but I don't see the Jets or New England sniffing a wild card just yet. I think the Jets could be a 7-win team, 8-win team. I think they could surprise people. I think they got more talent. I think they'll get more steady quarterback play, although I know Justin Fields hasn't looked good as of late, especially in the preseason. I'm hoping it's just preseason jitters, shakes it off. But if they can get decent quarterback play, if they could spread the ball around to their weapons, run the ball because they have talent in the running game, and help that defense, I think they could be a team that could squeeze out 7 or 8 wins. So I think they're an interesting team, but I still think they're a couple years away from really being a good team. What do you think?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? It's not like Fields is signed to a long-term contract.
This is where I kind of wish we had Joey's opinion, because I'd like to hear it from a Jet fan how they're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's I think the Jets are going to be a team that is a tough out, right? Like Miami and New England, right? I think all three teams are going to be tough wins to earn, but I just don't think they have the quarterback play or really the pass rushers to make that play in the final 2 minutes of a game, right? Like, either driving down the score or stopping a team from scoring. Like, I don't think they have that yet. They have the wide receiver. They got the corner. I think they got a nice combo at running back. I think Justin Fields, with his running ability, will help keep them in games and make their offense pretty fun to watch at times. But I mean, how's the offensive line and defensive line going to play, right? Like, you win in the trenches.
They've been getting better. I know they did draft offensive line help, and I know that they're pretty high in the trend on themselves in the trenches right now. That's why I think that's one of the reasons I think they could steal some wins and be a real tough team to play, is because I think they are going to be tough inside the trenches.
I know they hope so.
Right. But speaking of another team, always great in the trenches. I mean, they've had steady coaching there for a long time. And again, perennial favorite to win the AFC, be the top team coming out of the AFC this year, if all falls right. That's the Baltimore Ravens. Who's stopping them in the AFC North? Because to me, they still have Derrick Henry, who's an absolute truck. You pair him with Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers. Hopefully he has a good year, but you never know what you're going to get quite out of the receiving core there. Outside of that, though, like, we know Pittsburgh's going to be good. They're always good, but they're not good enough right now, in my opinion. The Browns are the Browns, and Cincinnati, can they get that magic back they had a couple seasons ago? I mean, listen, they got a Triple Crown winner in Chase last year, and still really didn't get above the mark. So I'm wondering, is there anybody? Because to me, the Ravens are that team in the AFC North that are right now just head and shoulders. They're one step above everybody else, or at least Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, with probably Cleveland 2 or 3 steps behind.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cleveland's your clear-cut last place finisher in that division. I think Baltimore is your clear division winner. And then Pittsburgh and Cincinnati battling it out, but Pittsburgh has a better defense. I mean, Cincinnati can't stop a running nose. Like it's bad. Like their defense, even extending or getting that contract figured out with Trey Henderson, like he played for them all year last year, and guess what? They still had literally the worst defense in the league. They were averaging 31 points a game, and they still had a losing record. Like that's how bad that defense was.
That's
Like, it
bad,
just
dude.
was
That's bad.
putrid. Like that offense was humming, and that defense couldn't stop anybody. So unless that defense plays better this year, I think you see the same as Cincinnati. So I'd put Pittsburgh above them. I think the biggest issue I have in Pittsburgh is, can Aaron Rodgers accept the fact that they want to run the ball and play defense? And I don't think he can. So does he take over the team and ownership tells Tomlin to let his do his thing? Or, do they piss him off and he checks out? Because, I mean, you've seen him check out. He did it last year with the Jets. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's still over 500 because it's just what Tomlin does.
Yeah, they're a 9 to 10 win team guaranteed. They're going to be successful regardless because Tomlin's never had a losing season. I don't think he's about to start. So we know Pittsburgh will be tough. I think Cincinnati, even though their defense is very porous, will be there fighting too to be like a 10, 11, 12 win team. But Baltimore to me is that 13 plus win team that is going to be really hard to stop. So, yeah, I look at that tough division, but Baltimore to me, they're poised. Somebody's waiting for Kansas City to make that mistake, and so far they haven't. But when they do, one of these teams ready to step in. But speaking of a division where I don't see anybody stepping in, this division to me is kind of useless. And I don't understand the point of it. It's, I think, the last one we have to talk about anyway. I mean, even though we didn't really get into the whole NFC East, but we could dive more into that even next week before season starts. Maybe just do a whole NFC East week. But yeah, the division that doesn't really matter, though, the AFC South. Texans probably your favorite. I mean, the Colts starting Daniel Jones. I don't know what the hell to do with Richardson. Jacksonville, don't know what the hell you're getting out of them. Like, you still got, hope with Trevor Lawrence, but he hasn't really put it together yet. And are they really going to be able to play Hunter 2 ways? And if so, how much? And is that going to affect? It's just a weird dynamic. And then the Titans, no idea what you're going to get out of them. Spears hurt for the early part of the year. I don't think Pollard's the greatest back in the world, and I don't think they have the greatest talent in the world. So I'm going to be very surprised if the Titans have any success. And, that all leads me back to the Texans, who are probably the clear-cut winner for the division. But to me, they're a one and done in the playoffs. So, to me, give me a reason to care about this division, Dave.
Outside of maybe Bo Nix having the type of rookie year that Jaden Daniels had, I can't really give you much. Maybe Daniel Jones resurrects his career. I mean, everything with this division outside of Houston is grasping at straws, right? And with Houston can they stay healthy? Last year, you had Tank Dell go down, Nico Collins go down, injuries on the offensive line, injuries on the defense. Like, Houston has a good team. I don't think they have a great team, but I think they have a good team. Indy has pieces, but Daniel Jones. And like you said, Tennessee has nothing. You got Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard, and then, rookie quarterback. I probably couldn't name a single guy on their defense. And then, it's not a good division. I mean, so I can't say I can give you hope. I can say that I think it'll be similar to the NFC South, where it could be a slugfest to the end, with Houston pulling away late if they stay healthy, or maybe they get a jump on the year and then it gets tighter as the year wears on. But yeah, I mean, you look at this division top to bottom, and there's no team that makes you sit. Like, I don't know if you could put a team together with all four teams that I would take to be able to beat Buffalo or Kansas City or Baltimore. Like, if you took all four teams and put them together to make the best team you possibly could, I don't think that team would be able to beat Buffalo, Baltimore, or Kansas City.
I agree.
I mean,
Like you
hey,
said,
your starting quarterback,
ranks
like,
right up there with the NFC South. The whole South, you might as well just, start over.
let the SEC teams fill in for them.
Right? So that's coming too. College football, baby. Bama, I think, starts Saturday. So excited for that as well. And baseball's still rolling on, getting later in the year there, but not quite playoff talk yet. So we'll wait for September for that. And then as we hit September, hockey's right around the corner, basketball's right around the corner. We're starting to hit a good time of year, my friend. But that being said, I mean, since nobody talks more WNBA than we do, I could just check the standings real quick for us. And it looks like the Indiana Fever still sitting in 6th place, 20-18. Half a game up on the Valkyries. And yeah, it looks like Angel Reese has already been eliminated. They're Chicago Sky 9-28. Ouch. But that being said, Minnesota Lynx rolling on 30-7, kicking ass, taking names. Last year's champ, the Liberty, 23-15, sitting in 5th, just above Indiana right now. So interesting to see how this is going to play out. Not much time left in the regular season either. So playoffs should be starting soon.
It's coming, brother.
September
It's coming.
14th. September 14th, postseason begins. Yeah,
Wow.
other than that, that's all I got for you tonight, my friend. I don't know if you got anything else for me.
I know the Mets are up right now in the Phillies, which is a huge deal for them. Preseason hockey starts in like 23 days. Who just the PGA Tour last winter? That guy deserves a shout out. I'm trying to remember. Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood. Dude apparently has finished like top 10 like all year long and just couldn't finish on Sunday. And he managed to pull out a 3-stroke win. Held strong on the final 18. And yeah, I just think it's always cool because like if you ever play golf, you know how hard it is. It's as mental as much as it is physical, and I think you just got to recognize guys that keep toughing it out and finally find that win. It's always a great moment when a guy gets his first ever career PGA Tour win or any other type of win in an individual sport. So I got to shout that out too.
Yeah. I was just reading about it too. Yeah, Fleetwood Tour Championship. It's his first PGA major event win. And yeah, he also collected FedEx Cup and $10 million for winning. So he also won the FedEx Cup too.
I will take it.
Hell yeah. So congrats to Tommy Fleetwood. And yeah, I guess until next week, my friend. Why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Yes, sir. On the tweet machine, Twitter, now known as X, David Hastings 23. And then on that Instagram, you can find me at dhastings23. And find me here every week with you.
Awesome. Looking forward to next week and season of fun. You can find me at The Living Legend on X. You can find us at Champscast on YouTube. That's Champs with a Z, bringing in a little bit of old school Sports Zone heritage to it. So yeah, join us next week. Till then, you can follow Louie, our unofficial third co-host here, at Louie Aussie Dude on Instagram. And yeah, till next time, be good. See ya.
Appreciate you, my man.